Okie dokie, it's a new day and it's time to do more recording for Homestuck. Homestuck. Webcomics. Okay, so let's see what this thing is. Title. Doo-doo. Doo-doo. Oh hey, sand. That's not sanitary. Sanitary. Haha! No, doo-doo-doo. Wait, I don't need my eyes for this. Okay. It's John! Boy! You there, boy! That's probably not a good voice for this dude. But anyway, arrow button. Oh, what's that again? An examination of the basics. Upon connecting with the client user, you, the server user, will be met with a control panel allowing you to manipulate your co-player's environment. You will find that you are allowed to deploy 4 items at no expense. 3 of these are rather large machines and 1 is a punch card. It's quite possible that you have already deployed some of these machines before reading this. If that's the case, you have activated the machine called the Cruxtruder, such that it displays a countdown. You must proceed to section A100 of this walkthrough immediately! The life of the client user depends on it, and if your co-player has activated this device in your environment too, then yours does as well. But if not, please refrain from doing anything with the Cruxtruder aside from merely deploying it. This will buy us some time to think things through properly, and to go over the basics of the game before you find your soft, easily punctured head in the jaws of a lion. Alright. As mentioned, there are 4 items to consider, this many. Each playing a role in the process of which appears to be a singular purpose, to manufacture objects out of thin air. The designers of the game, judging by the language used, regard this process as a sort of alchemy. This may allude to the complexities in the production process yet to present themselves, but for now, the variety of objects you are able to create remains quite limited. The items in question are the Cruxtruder, again tread lightly with this one, the Totem Lathe, the Alchemiter, and the pre-punched card. I will describe how these devices work in conjunction with each other, and I will use the analogy of having a key made at a hardware store to help you understand. First, deploy all of these objects in convenient proximity to each other. Be sure not to block doors or pathways with them. You can always revise the dimensions of the rooms to make space for them, but I advise against this, or even experimenting with the function. Doing so comes at the expense of build grist, a commodity which appears to be at a premium on the onset, and one you'd best be advised to save for later. The Cruxtruder. Removing the lid signals the moment your life becomes a great whirling batshit pandemonium, somewhat resembling the chaos of an especially ethnic wedding. Somewhere, a soused uncle deliberately shatters china on the floor, muddy livestock is decorated and then lost track of. The question, whose mule is this, at times can be heard over the din. This is now your reality. But aside from that, it marks the beginning of the process I am about to describe. The countdown begins, yes. Also, an entity called the Kernel Sprite is released, but neither of these things are all that relevant to this process, to my knowledge. More on these things later. What is relevant is the unlit Cruxtruder's ability to dispense Cruxite dowels. It will dispense at least 1, this many, though I suspect it is capable of producing more given parameters I am not yet familiar with. In my key-making analogy, these dowels represent the uncarved pieces of metal which the hardware store employee retrieves from a drawer or a rack and sets about carving into a key. The 2 following items are needed to do the carving. The pre-punched card. It is a simple Silodex card containing an item. There is evidence to suggest the specific item it contains is variable from session to session. The card I deploy contained a blue apple. Doesn't sound like it's a very tasty apple. Or very edible. I wonder what Cruxite is. Is it soft or is it glass? If it's glass, then he's got a bloody teeth jaw thing. Yours may be different, shouldn't matter, hopefully. Additionally, the card, as you may guess, is punched, like the one used with antique computing systems. The pattern of holes comprises data, which I believe corresponds to the instructions for creating the item the card contains. That is, it is pre-punched, suggests that there is a way to punch an unpunched card, possibly imprinting it with the data for the item it contains, though no mechanism for this has presented itself yet. But the data on the card cannot be used to create the item directly. There is a middleman. That middleman is the Totem Lathe. The totem lathe. This is essentially the key carving machine. It will carve into your Cruxite dowel a pattern of grooves and contours, the sort of which makes a key unique. The instructions for this pattern are supplied by the punch card, which is inserted into the lathe pre-activation to configure its chisels. Once the dowel is carved, you have a totem serving as your key, which can then be used to unlock the card item through the alchemiter. But at this point, I will diverge from my key-making analogy and switch to a barcode analogy, which is not a terribly strenuous leap to make since the concepts of a key and a barcode are essentially the same, one being a unique pattern of grooves, the other of varying black lines. The alchemiter! If you place a Cruxite dowel, carved or uncarved, on the alchemiter's small pedestal, its robotic arm will scan the contours with a laser. Hence the barcode analogy. This is the machine's way of reading the data originally imprinted from the card and transforming that data into a physical object. Though typically, this is not done without expense, I believe. An uncarved dowel results in the creation of a perfectly generic object, which is a seemingly useless green cube. It costs 2 units, this many, of build grist to make, and I do not advise you waste resources on it. There appears to be many other varieties of grist ostensibly used in combinations to create different sorts of items, which possibly offers some insight into the game's use of the term alchemy. But quite conveniently, there is an exception to this. Creating the item on the pre-punch card costs nothing. This is good, because creating this item turns out to be essential. Now that you know this, you can in your own time begin the process. Once you initiate it, naturally there is no going back, so best to be prepared. But you probably shouldn't drag your feet too long. As I mentioned earlier, this is your only means of escape. When you're ready, be prepared to follow the steps in the next session swiftly. A100. So your Cruxtruder is ticking. Do this to live. It has been 7 minutes and I have no idea if I actually needed to read all of that. Moving on. I only want to see you typing in the fire rain. Okay. In the distance, meteorites fall with greater frequency. The fire in the forest burns so hot, hot egg, not even the rain is putting it out. Check that battery, girl. It's gonna die soon. Oh, hey, look! Creepy eyes. The generator's being rained on. Your laptop battery is alright for now, but it won't be for long. If the power in the house doesn't come back on, you can think of one last resort. The small backup generator stored behind the mausoleum. Prototype sprite with Betty Crocker box. What? Oh man, you're gonna use that? That sucks, what a stupid idea. We have to hurry along, I'm running low on battery power. But the cake mix? Ugh, that's so dumb. I doubt it matters, we might as well just use any old crap lying around. Fine. I guess. The sprite is playing hard to get. You guess that's what you get for originally prototyping it with something that engenders mischief and prankterism. Do the potted vegetable instead, it looks delicious. Where the hell is there a potted vegetable? Oh. Pipe down, you. This is Rose's decision, not yours. Prototype sprite with Sassacre text. Oh yes, sweet, now we're talking! See if you can distract it, I'll try to sneak up on it. John, flail about in a distracting manner. The sprite finds the distracting manner in which you flail about to be rather distracting. Yoink! The pesky sprite eludes you again! Not even the great Colonel himself can outfox it. And narrowly missing with your attempt to create the Colonel sprite. You drop the massive tome. The entire house rattles under the astonishing girth of the book. In the other room, Nana's ashes dump onto the sprite, which is caught unawares by the dousing. Whoosh! Inspect Hag Ash Incident! I said inspect it, fool! Okay. You find the sacred urn toppled again! This time you're quite sure it wasn't your fault. The sprite is nowhere to be found. Remove the Cruxtruder from the doorway! Aw man, where'd it go? I can't find it anywhere in the house. No time to worry about it. The next thing we should do is get your server copy of the game from the car. You need to connect to my client so I can repeat your steps and presumably join you wherever you are. We should do this quickly before my house burns down. What, there's a fire? There will be soon. Ah, jeez, so move this thing already. Sorry, I heard somebody's phone zizzing. Is my phone? Phone, are you doing things? Nah, my phone's not doing nothing. It looks like it requires a lot of grist to move. I don't have enough to relocate the door either. How much do you have? 0. Ah. I thought about jumping from the car to the car from the ledge earlier, but that sounds really dangerous. I have a better idea. Meet me upstairs. Do again as purple words say. You were about to head upstairs, but you thought you heard something behind you. It was faint, but you could swear it was a small, light-hearted chuckle along the lines of a spirited hoo-hoo-hoo. Ignore this woman's antics! You're not sure if you even saw a woman, let alone any of her hypothetical antics. But whatever it was, you might have caught a glimpse of it. Sure gave you the willies. You head upstairs on your way to the balcony. Your PDA's acting up again. Indulge the device, but be curt with it. I really gotta think of a better voice for this dude, because it's, like, you know, he's... yeah. Hey bro, check it out, I'm working on some new rhymes. Dude, I don't have time for your nerdy raps. Come on, this is Hellsville, just listen. It sounds like you don't even believe me that I was about to get blown up. But I really was, but now I'm in some weird dimension that Esberb sent me to or something. And now to top it off, I think I'm being haunted by my dead grandma. Huh. For real? Yeah, it's true, but I'll talk to you about it later. I think I could drop some sick rhymes about all this. Man, see, I just don't think all this rapping stuff is as cool as you think it is. No, this'll be dope, check it. No, I have to go, bye. Oh, Jesus. I forgot he raps. I may actually have to put my eyes back on for this. Wait. Armageddon's getting waged on us, but I'm getting armed and dangerous. Sending men in space for saving us. See which play is more courageous. It's really courageous. Ben and Bruce, dudes reach a truce. Put their blow shoots to use and upsuck Affleck's sacrifice, would have to suffice. Ah, fluck it. How much is there of this? Oh, Jesus. Bro, be a stained glass saint up and across getting hella Christ plagiar. Plagiarist. Bruce is like off of that crucifix, enough of this fucking savior fuss. Restrained his ass per McLean Redux while Buscemi remained dangerous. When a plan gone astray pays off a waste crate. Ashtray catering to layers of Mac McConaughey's vague remainder dust. Wait, McConaughey wasn't even in any of those Meteor movies, was he? I'll have to make a rap about, I don't know, Morgan Freeman or something, being the president. It'll be called, Obama Made It So That No One Gives a Shit About Black Presidents in Movies Anymore. See, you gotta fill me in on what's going on, so I have something to rap about besides all your dumb shit movies. Enough strange poetry from the red text. Yes, thank you. You head out onto the balcony to find out what Rose has in mind. She is messaging you again. The purple text is less irrational than the red text. I'm lifting the car up to the balcony. Whoa, okay. Once it is up, retrieve the game, then I'll put it back down on the driveway. But the door is locked. Then break a window. But it's my dad's car. It's just a window, and this is sort of an emergency. Otherwise, I promise I'll handle the car with velvet gloves. Alright. Pick up the car. Connection lost. I killed Mufasa. No! Ridiculous folly! Inexcusable! You're inclined to agree, but hey, accidents happen. You double check your PDA to make sure if Rose is really gone. Indeed, this seems to be the case. TG is still pestering you, of course, but another chum is now logged in as well. What color are the words that this chum says? I'm back! Oh, hi! I went to investigate the explosion I heard. Was it by any chance a meteor? Yes! How did you know? Ah, man, it's kind of a long story. Anyway, are you okay? Did it blow up your yard or start a fire or anything? No, I'm fine! It landed a pretty good ways from my house and I went to look at it. And it's pretty big, but Beck doesn't want me to go near it. So I came home. He seems to think it's dangerous. Well, gosh, he's probably right. Anyway, how have you been, John? Oh, did you get my package yet? Yeah, I was trying to get to it, but Rose dropped my car into a weird, spooky, bottomless pit, and the package was in the car, and I'm really sorry about that. Wow. Oh no! I read things out of order. Wow, okay, I guess I should start at the beginning. See, a meteor blew up my neighborhood. That's terrible, John, I'm so sorry. But I'm okay. And my house is too. Sort of. That game I was telling you about, S-Burb, which I was playing with Rose, sort of transported me somewhere at the last minute. But now I'm trapped here, and it's weird and dark, and I can't find my dad, and I just lost the car, my copy of the game in the pit, and I think I have to save the world from the apocalypse. Well, it sounds really crazy and kind of scary, but it also sounds kind of exciting. I don't know, John, maybe this is your destiny. If anyone can save the world, I think it's probably you. Wow, you think so? Yes! Well, okay, but it's not even that simple. I was about to connect to Rose to help transport her and save her from meteors and fire and stuff, but she lost battery power and I lost the game disc. So I think I have to get TG to use his copy to save her, but that jackass won't shut up and stop rapping and stuff. He's so silly. Yeah. Anyway, I should talk to him about it, so BRB. The green text was attractive. Now view the red text again. When the film crew zooms the president... I'm not reading this. Ah! Stop rapping for a second, you horse's ass! I have something important to talk about. What's up? Rose is in trouble and she needs help. I was gonna connect to her with Esper, but I lost my copy! Okay. Also, she lost battery power. If she can get back up and running, she'll need someone with the game to help her get out of there before her house burns down, so I think you should use your copy of the game to help. My copy? That's gonna be tough. Why? I lost it. It's a stupid story and I'd rather not talk about it. Shit be embarrassing, yo. That's all you said you had, too! Well, yeah, one's my brother's copy. Alright, we'll get his then! Alright, but he's not gonna be happy about that. Whatever. Also, you might want to read Rose's walkthrough to get up to speed on this. Aw, man. What? Nothing really. Look, all I'm saying is that girl tends to lay it on kind of thick, you know? Your laptop is out of battery power. There's only one thing left to do. Time to make your way to that backup generator. Rose, knit laptop cozy to shield your laptop from the rain. That was quick. That will be such a waste of time. Besides, you already did it a while ago. You retrieve it from your knitting bag and apply it to your laptop. You capture log the laptop plus cozy. Equip Grimoire to Strife Specialist. Ugh. That would be incredibly ill-advised. There are some dark forces you just don't want to mess around with. You understand this better than most. You put the book down. Recapture log your items. You grab the knitting bag and the grimoire in that order. It's always a logistical puzzle with your tree modus. The tree auto-balances, leaving the knitting bag accessible in the root card. Allocate knitting needles to Strife Specialist. You feel a lot more comfortable with this as a weapon. You're so handy with those needles, you feel like you could probably use them to fillet a swordfish. Needlekin obtained. You lose the root card in the process, severing the tree. Hey, careful with all that stuff. Knit plush cuddle Cthulhu to soothe nerves. That would also be a preposterous waste of time. Besides, you're quite sure you've never heard of this creature called Cthulhu before. There are, however, many other specimens of zoologically dubious you are familiar with, such as Fluthulu, foul patrician of misery. To hear his mammoth belly gurgle is to know the epoch of joy has come to an abrupt end. That is from Problem Sleuth. And Nrub Yiglith, shame beast king of grotesquerie, writhe lord of the moist beyond hood. Hearing his melodious chirps and tongue clicks causes one's bones to explode. And of course, there is Oglogoth the Deep One. Whenever he grinds his teeth, all the children of a random galaxy somewhere will frown continuously for 9,000 years span. He is the first and smallest of the smaller gods, appointed in servitude of a vile, unfathomable pantheon of middling gods, which caters to the whims of the noble circle of Har-Ters, an omniscient, omnipotent order of the elite few, forever cloaked in the darkness of the Further Ring. And then there's this strange page containing some rather mysterious notes on summoning procedures. You've never been quite sure what these diagrams are getting at. Ah! Take items and proceed downstairs. You recapture log everything the way you want it to appear in the tree and head downstairs. You figure that's enough dilly-dallying, time to get a move on. Flash time. You wonder if the strain will end. It's driven since the month began, perhaps long enough to it no longer even lives to assuage fire. For a zealous god threads these strings between the clouds and the earth, preparing for a symphony it fears impossible to find. So it threads on and on the waves of the how you hate this. It is the coolest love out of the dead land, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with American sports legend Charles Barkley. Front mother in hall. Surely your mother is lurking nearby. You should be prepared for an unpleasant Oh, psych! What? Okay, so this is probably a good point to stop for right now, so let me just hit that save game. And that'll about do it for this episode, because... Was I calling them episodes? No, I was calling them parts. That'll do it for this part, which I believe would be part 6? Yeah, part 6. So, I'm having fun with this. I don't know if anybody's watching them, or if they are, if they're having as much fun watching them as I'm having doing them, but that about does it for right now. I'll probably do another part, like, later today, or tomorrow. If I'm wearing the same shirt in part 7, then I did it today. So, y'all have a great weekend, regardless of whenever the hell I do another one, and thanks for watching.